Good morning. Happy last day of July. I have a couple of ideas or suggestions that came in last night, and I wanted to share them with everyone that I'm doing one-on-one work with. The words and your findings may be a little different each time, but I think that the idea from what was coming in is going to make a lot of sense with pretty much everyone that's in this space of healing and reaching for more and creating. One of the first things that I wanted to share is this past half a week, I've started having rose quartz in my bed. Yeah, babe. Thank you. And I wanted to suggest doing the same for you, even if it's not directly in your bed. It could be under the bed, under the pillow, right next to the bed. But yeah, I kind of heard a joke. You've been sleeping on the rose quartz, and ha ha ha. So, but I have been finding that it's giving me more peaceful, more rested sleep. So I wanted to share that idea. While I'm on the idea of crystals, I've also been walking and moving and meditating with some of these different swirled ones. I know the name, I don't have it with me right now. But it reminds me of a dragon egg. So if you have anything like that for walking or sitting, I find them very yummy for helping mix up the energy, and also in these sort of things, playing with your intuition and letting yourself see which one you're being called to that day may be a fun practice. Speaking of practices, it was encouraged that before you go to bed that you clean your aura before bed. I like to use selenite. You could just use your hands like a sweeping motion. You could use incense or sage, Palo Santo, whatever you like, and just cleaning and sweeping. Moving all around the body, about 3 feet around, head, back, side, cleansing and clearing the space. The idea is before you get into bed, you sort of release all the energies that may have become attached or stuck, or things that don't really resonate for you that you don't really want to carry into the tomorrow. The idea of also doing this with your car or front doors at the home was brought up. If you want more guidance, let me know. I'm happy to do that. I'm hearing a lot about practicing your intention and using it in a way that starts to feel more like a command. We could talk about that more one-on-one. Everybody, I think, has a different understanding of commanding energy and the word command in general, so I don't want to get too lost there. The biggest piece of advice that I got for August, for this upcoming moon that we are in already, is this: contemplate where you're going, what you want for yourself. And these aren't huge goals, like I want to buy a new home, I want to buy a new car. While they may be coming and you may be getting closer, maybe that is it. But this isn't a space where you go reach for more right now. This is just suggesting that in your mind's eye, what you've already been working on, things that you already are like rich in the movement of, like where do you see her in 3 months, in 6 months? If everything were perfect, right? If everything that we've been working on, everything that you've been working on with all of the people, all of the things, if everything was to go perfect from today, tomorrow, the next day, and we got 3 months in a row, where would you be then? The question that came up was, to the best of your ability, do you believe that you are living in alignment with her now? Like, to the best of your ability, are you showing up as that version of yourself? Yes, okay. Am I acting as if I'm ready for all that I can see for myself to be here? I want to share more about this, but I got to see it as this. So the idea is that we go into our mind's eye and we see this fully recovered, fully healed, fully confident, whatever the words are that match you and where we're going right now. There's something on my phone. Wherever that person is, whatever she looks like, what would she be doing in the morning? What would she be wearing? What sort of plans would she make? What sort of meals would she make? How would she move in her body? You know, what things would she be thinking about? And this is a little bit of a way to like feel into that space and use your imagination for this next week until you start this, about a week. You're just going to think into her direction. And as soon as you start thinking about then the practice is over. But taking a breath, thinking into your space. Yeah, I can see her. I can see what I'm wearing. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Maybe I journal once a day. Maybe I practice some movement once a day. Movement only has to be 3 to 5 minutes long with your like connectedness to it, like intentional movement. 3 to 5 minutes is enough to begin a whole entire new surge of energy through you and a new manifestation to come out of your body. Sorry for all that boogers. Okay. So with all winning days, all these forward motion days, where could you see yourself? How can you more align to her? Begin thinking in her direction. Begin letting her come into your visual. And the thing that I heard very loud and clear is, if you can feel her, let me see what she wrote down, because I'm not always a writer. If I can feel this, I am this. I can reach that and she can feel me back. She can call me into that stream or that loop or that version by that feeling. So every time I daydream and I imagine something else she might be doing, and I let myself imagine me there and how it will feel and begin to emotionalize this. This is a new soup that you're making. Again, it's starting here and here. Don't share it necessarily out loud unless while we're talking, those details feel good to come out. If that's the case, absolutely. If it feels like you're nervous, don't share it out loud yet. Just emotionalize it and start to create the soup. The next part of that is, during this first week, come up with 2 words that feel like these are going to be words that drive you home this month. Mine are calm and brave. That's my words. And also it was quickly followed up with, but go. Like, move. It's kind of like, I've also been feeling like this. So, I sometimes think in pictures and the way that I feel and understand energy. All of the heat and the transformation energy from July has gotten us right here to this new month. And the thing is, it is going to get a little hotter. But the idea is that it's hotter in a way of creating. It's hotter in a way of making things come into a new life, if you get what I'm saying. I believe she said it's like a way of consummating your desires within your mind and belly. So it's kind of a different kind of a heat, if you catch my drift. And from there, we're going to start creating that heat, letting that seed grow, and beginning the work to help birth that out in these next coming couple of moons or months. This is going to be the action that sort of propels us into the winter, and from a place of empowerment, from a place of having yourself already in your energy before those winter months begin. You will already be like here. And then for that winter mode, the idea is you'll be prepared to step into that you for those colder months. At this point, it's not time to shut down. It's sort of time to get busy in a different direction. But go inside of yourself a few days. Meditate into the space of who you are becoming in the next 3 to 6 months. We're staying in this chunk of time. The other goals are fun. When you get there and you're thinking about it, and then, fine. But we're going through this 3 to 6 month version of you first, if that makes sense. Happy to answer any other questions if you have them. Let yourself come up with a couple of words. I would love to hear the words back. I would at least love to know that you found them yourself. Do you want them to be empowering with a direction kind of a vibe? The idea is that you are practicing these intentions a few times during the day, and especially if you find a swirl trying to get in, or old thoughts being like, nope, I got this. I'm going forward. I am calm. I am brave. I got this. And you can couple that up with other affirmations. For me, I like just keep yogaing, kind of like just keep swimming. I can hold more has been incredibly helpful to me when I'm feeling a little like, and also just putting my hands on my arms and squeezing into my body and letting myself know I'm here. Snapping into the present has been important, imperative, an amazing enhancement to my energy. I was at the shopping yesterday with the kids and it got a little crazy. Imagine 3 different humans and girl sizes and how they change their mind with that all the time. And then add in a Tasmanian devil called Elias. So we're at this dressing room and I'm trying to balance and at one point Maddie goes, "Your mood got better right there." And I was like, "It did. Thank you for noticing." And her awareness and bringing me into that moment, it really like anchored me back into the goal, which was staying calm and being helpful to the girls and being patient with Elias and trying to be a navigator in that situation instead of another part of the situation that needed to be soothed. In my parenting, that's my biggest work, is not also becoming part of the fray. Okay, yeah. So when you're in that moment for your bedtime clearing the aura sweep, the guidance was to sort of choose some way to do it that feels like you want to do it that way every day. So I use my selenite sword. It's not a sword. That's what I call it. And this is my favorite thing to sweep and clear. Whatever you decide, kind of stick with that a few days until you feel it, and or if and when you feel it sort of evolve into a new way. If you just want to use your hands and motions, that's fine. But sort of kind of pick a way to do it and sort of stick to it, if that makes sense. The idea is that we're going to be installing a new ritual, a new program, a new pathway into your energy, and we're starting with the nighttime. Practice your intentions, your affirmations. There's one other little nugget, and I want to share this. I will work with each of us between each of us individually to sort of make sure that everything is clear. But I wanted to share this while I have the group message on. For just a few minutes, 3 to 5 minutes a day. Every day if you can. 3 to 5 days is okay too. At least once a week if that's as good as you got. This is, I'm meeting you where you are. I'm just giving you the advice from Rose and from my last night download that I think will be very helpful in this upcoming space. The idea is sitting with your body where the top can be a little moving and the bottom is grounding. If sitting on a chair is better, depending on how your body's made and what your comfort is, that's okay. You want grounded, still legs, upper body movement. You want your hands to be able to get as much of your legs and feet as you can. I like to sit with my legs crossed. You could use blankets or pillows up underneath of your legs if this doesn't feel comfortable to go flat. However, a seated or grounding bottom, free upper, trunk, head, neck. Taking a moment and moving into the breath, hands, palms open on the legs and feet and knees, the bottom parts of your body. And the idea is to start like a little bit of swaying in the top, maybe going side to side, maybe leaning to the back and starting to make circles with the spine, sort of warming up that space. However you play in that area, remember to go both ways and take your time. Each side of the body has its own understandings of things, and some spots might be crunchier or creakier than others. Don't hold judgment. This is the first time I've moved this morning. Let yourself wake it up. And with the hands down here, let yourself start to kind of rub and feel and touch your body. Squeeze into the thigh meats. Wake it up. I had my legs up earlier, and I feel like the skin to skin was kind of good and invigorating. And just start like swaying. Let the mind relax. Let your neck join in. And it takes a little bit of a balance to kind of get to where you're moving up top and your hands are actually moving and touching into the grounded bottom. Let it sort of become intuitive and move how it wants to feel. I like to try to bring awareness to all the parts of my lower body. Squeezing the feet and toes and backs of the legs. Mine did last night, it is today, turning into a squeeze, like almost like massaging of the lower legs and feet, if that feels okay to you, if you can reach. And still just relaxing, swaying, moving the body. It doesn't have to be perfect and rhythmic. Last night I had much more of a rhythm going. There was music. Oh my God, the flies are out of control right now. There was more rhythm in my body. I was also awake and feeling like really heavily meditated, if you would. But then there's that. It's this idea of just being in your body for just 3 to 5 minutes, relaxing the eyes, face, jaw, and trying to be this vessel, observer, feeler, grounding, present, accepting, loving, acknowledging, stirring, loving, fluid. Don't judge and look at it. I did have my mirror there, and every time I would make eye contact, it did make me smile. But just letting yourself sort of be in this swirling, acknowledging, bringing awareness space, grounding and free and fluid. And then sitting there for a moment. Feeling the swirls of energy that you created. We'll talk more about that practice as well. In my mind, I think about gratitude for my body, appreciation for my body, the shifts, the change, the movements, the strength, all the support, you know? I want to start growing into more words of kindness. God, I love this body. Helps me do so much, kind of a feeling. We'll talk more about that one-on-one as we go. Please ask any questions. I'm happy to help. Happy to help. I love you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy this last day of July or wherever you are for seeing this. Can't wait to hear what you do with all this. See you soon. Bye.